Let's talk about why some stores are closing down on black communities. This is a sequence from some of my previous videos where I talked about why people are moving out of black neighborhoods and choosing to settle in white neighborhoods. And this is also a continuation of the video where I talked about black fatigue and how ghetto culture is the reason for black suffering. This is something that I don't think I would be tired of ever talking about, because I know some of you guys in the last two videos did have your thoughts on some of the things I said in the video. But yes, regardless, that is not a reason for me to not speak up on some of these ghetto habits that a lot of black people tend to display. And this is unfortunately ruining the black reputation for those people who are actually doing their best to live a pretty decent life. There are some bad apples that have ruined the reputation of black people. Like, think about it. A lot of these stores are closing down, but why is it that these stores are choosing to close some of their branches in many of these black neighborhoods? A lot of us black people portray these ghetto habits, ghetto culture. A lot of us black people do not care about our neighborhoods. We go on littering, and that is just the peak of an iceberg. We have a crisis when it comes to shoplifting. This shoplifting crisis has ruined the game for a lot of innocent black young folk. Let's look at some of the disgusting videos that I have come across on the internet, and this is the reason why a lot of these stores are closing down.
Because this is what we are dealing with now. Walmart decided to hire their own police force to stop theft that reached extreme numbers. The billion-dollar company does not like losing its money, so it took a bold step to open an in-house police station inside the store to stop incidents like this. The move aims to increase security and combat theft. The first Walmart to have a police station is in Atlanta.
Walking into Walmart, lots of cops.
Coming after Walmart locking up many of its items with locks like in here, in hopes to reduce theft, but it didn't work and only made other shoppers' experience less pleasant.
Bleach on the lock and key. Ooh, detergent soap, dishwashing soap, lock and key. Ooh, Lord, I got to elevate myself. This is the ghetto.
Do you think after adding a police station inside Walmart, theft will be stopped? And will other stores like Target follow?
How did we get to a point where a place like Atlanta is having the first police force being set up in Target? This is insane. Like, how did we get to this point? It's crazy because we black folks like to take pride in what we do. We like to brag about how efficient we are in stuff. We like to brag about how we excel in things, but we fail to recognize these very disgusting behaviors that some of us put up with. I've been seeing a lot of videos on TikTok, people, especially the black folks, talking about scams, a high crime rate, and fraudulent activities going on in Atlanta. I've also come across videos of girls on TikTok talking about the really high standard of people living in the city. It's almost as if people are living way beyond their means. People are pretending to have these flashy lifestyles that they really can't afford. And when you decide that this is how you want to live your life to keep up with the appearances, it results in behaviors like this, in behaviors like shoplifting, stealing stuff from Walmart, Target, just because you can't afford a certain lifestyle. Why is it so difficult for some of us young black folks to be content with what we have? How did we get to this point where we have now reduced ourselves to stealing from places like this? I was reading the comment section and some of the comments were crazy. Some people blaming it on how these Targets and Walmart are siphoning billions out of us by increasing and hiking prices. And if that is the case, why don't you raise a complaint to Target and Walmart? Why don't we try to test against high cost of prices? Why do we think that by going to these stores and stealing their properties and stealing their goods, we are making a difference in some way or making a statement? You're not making a statement. You're just making a fool of yourself. You're just disgracing the entire black community. Honestly, I feel disgusted. These guys have resorted to now locking up the stores like as if we are in kindergarten. like as if they are training dogs. That is the kind of treatment they give to people who don't respect themselves. So we have actually downgraded ourselves to this kind of horrible shopping experience. And yes, you can't blame Target or Walmart because they have to protect their business. These people also have to earn, and some of these profits that many of these companies actually make are going into non-profit organizations, and we just don't know how these people make use of their funds. They say Atlanta is the city of billionaires and millionaires, but when we see stuff like this coming out from these same cities, we only have to wonder if some of these people making the money are actually making it the right way. That's besides the point. Let's watch more of these videos.
A tip jar. This lady is putting the money in her pocket out of the tip jar. Oh my God. I know you lying. At the Chinese restaurant. Oh my God. She put all that money in her pocket. Are you freaking serious right now? Are you serious right now? Wow. Wow.
This is crazy. Many people who work at restaurants complain that black people are one of the worst people that they want to serve, and that is because black people are terrible at tipping these workers. This granny in this case goes on to steal their tips. It is clearly stealing. She's not just taking advantage of the restaurant, she's taking advantage of the people who spend hours trying to make your experience a good one, but you don't consider them at all. You don't even tip them. You have the effrontery to steal from them. And how much are they even earning? These guys are not even earning up to $15 to $20 an hour, and yet you steal their tip. You don't tip, but you steal their tip. Like, really? Sadly, this behavior, I see this a lot with African Americans. A lot of us Africans look up to you guys, African Americans, just because you have access to some of the benefits. You feel that you are entitled to, like, doing stuff like this. It is unjustifiable and it is very sad. This is why a lot of these workers stereotype black people, because every single time that they think that they would have a different experience, we show them something negative. We give them a reason why they shouldn't trust young black folks. Let's look at what this young man has to say.
Black people are the biggest thieves in the country. Black people will shoot, kill, and steal from anybody over knick-knack shit and shoes. Then we sit back and wonder why businesses don't want to do business in our areas. We're proud about stealing from one another. We're proud about promoting crime in our community. We accept it. We make music and movies, TV shows about it, and how it's acceptable, how it's a hustle, it's a game. You know, we trying to rise up, make it out of the hood by stealing and killing from one another. You see how fucking dysfunctional that is, to sit back and to champion that, to glorify that? Black people think it's acceptable because, you know, why not? You see how dysfunctional, how stupid this is, to sit back and to accept all this within your community and then criticize or sit back and cast out people when they call it out. You don't like crime in your community? You must be a fucking Uncle Tom. You must want to be white then. You like the fact that people make music about stealing and killing from each other? You must be a white boy. You must love them white people, don't you? It's fucking dysfunctional and tiresome. Black people are the biggest thieves in the country. Black people will shoot, kill, and steal from anybody over knick-knack shit and shoes. Then we sit back and wonder why businesses don't want to do business.
There is someone who's going to watch this video and still say one thing or the other that justifies what these evil people do to the black community. Now, everyone needs to be accountable. And that's what I talked about in my last two videos. That some of you guys came at me for expressing my dissatisfaction with some of these hood behaviors that a lot of black people portray. Those of you who leave comments like that are part of the problem, because you guys are the ones that are championing for this behavior and trying to justify the reason why this should be acceptable. And it's not acceptable for us to keep on behaving this way just because a lot of us think that we are not being given the same equal rights and opportunities as other races. And that is so unfair to other races and other people who are trying to live a quiet, peaceful life. This behavior is the reason why a lot of us young black folks walk into a supermarket or a store and now we have bodyguards that we never even asked for. We feel like we're being watched, and obviously it's true, we're being watched. Let's listen to this lady's experience at a store.
I just had the most horrible experience with shopping, and it just really makes me want to cry. No word of a lie. As you can see, these are my bags. A Nike bag, H&M bag. This is my shopping bag. I walk into Whole Foods and I grab a basket. Why did I grab the basket? Because I do not want to have to carry all these freaking bags. I saw the security officer. This man literally followed me. Every time I turned my back, he followed me. Me being me, I walk up to him. Why are you following me? He had something to say. I said, who the fuck are you talking to and why the fuck are you following me? Ma'am, ain't no need. Ain't no need for you to make me feel uncomfortable. And nobody not gonna sit up here and legislate to me and tell me that I was acting out of character. I only started acting out of character when I felt offended and I needed to defend myself. I'm constantly trying to present myself in a certain way, especially in public. I don't give a fuck what I put on social media. I'm constantly reminded by people that I'm black, and I know I'm diggity black and I'm proud. But why can't I spend my money without looking suspect? If I have bags, I look fucking decent. Ooh, I mean, make it make sense. And it's so, it just really bothers me and it makes me want to cry.
Let me help her make it make sense. It is because of what these guys have been doing to us, because they've seen time and time again people coming into the stores acting like they're pretty decent and all they want to do is shoplift. They go on to steal stuff from these counters. I feel her pain. And a lot of us young black folks, decent black folks, have experienced this. I have experienced this at a store, working in a store and having myself being followed by someone that works in the store just because they don't trust that I am capable of buying it. And yeah, it kind of offends me. I don't blame this lady if she actually did react to being followed, because obviously it's almost as if you are invading her privacy and her space. That feeling, it never just feels good to be in that position. And that's why I have to keep talking about this ghetto behavior. I'm never gonna stop talking about these unsustainable characteristics we keep displaying to people. This has to be a movement at this point. We black young folks need to kind of get over this and say we are actually done with this, and we have to speak up and we have to call out people that are actually doing this. Unless they see that we are trying individually to crack down on this behavior, it's never gonna stop. Let's watch this video of these two young ladies shoplifting in broad daylight.
Ain't no way. Hey, look at this. Bro. Ain't no way. Bro, he just snatched that cart.
And what happens is you walk out of the store thinking that you finally got away with it. Turns out you're going to end up getting sued. A lot of the time when these security guards try to approach these people or try to stop them from taking stuff, some of them even go as far as assaulting these security guards. There's even cases where people even pull up a gun and point it at some of these security guards. These big companies, huge conglomerates, are actually scared of their workers getting hurt in the process. I like the fact that they also think about their employees too. Here's another video of these looters in a store.
Excuse me? Yeah.
Wow, No one is even trying to put themselves at risk because they know that confronting these guys would lead to a situation that could be dangerous for them. This is really, really sad because these people are trying to build their businesses. And it's even worse because you see people go into stores with their daughters, having their daughters roll the carts behind them while they stock things in the carts. You're teaching to your young child that this behavior is actually acceptable, and it's not. People are watching. A lot of young folks are watching their parents do this. That is why we have a lot of these young folks repeating the same negative patterns over and over again. It's almost as if it's a curse. My take on this is the same as in all of my other previous videos. It's like if you have a friend that's doing this thing and confidently bragging about this behavior, and you're choosing to not question that behavior, you're choosing to ignore this, you are a part of the problem. That's the point I'm trying to let you know. This mentality of not thinking about one another, not considering your neighbor, that is what is actually killing us. So unless we come together and try to change this narrative, I can't see any other way that we could get rid of this problem unless we actually do this collectively without blaming any of these racial biases or prejudice that we face and actually taking accountability. That's my stance on this. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. As always, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. It does help the channel a lot. I want to take a special moment to thank you people, those of you that have been returning and watching my videos. I just want to thank you guys. Thank you so much. At this rate, we're gonna hit monetization before the end of this year. Yay! So make sure you turn on the notification bell, watch my other videos, click on the next video, try to watch it, please guys. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.